Yo, what's good, Rap Grid? I got my man Dizaster on the phone. What up, Diz?
What up, man?
Yeah, man. So, real crazy weekend. The altercation with you and Math Hoffa just went down. I mean, a lot of people are speculating things, but we haven't really heard anything official from you yet. So, you just want to walk us through the night and walk us through what happened?
Yeah, man. So I want people to know, like, mentally where I was at, man. So, like, when we set up the whole battle, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Math have been going back and forth for a couple of years, and it was always getting, like, to a point where it almost become a fight, and then we'd become cool. And then we were good, like, and a lot of people want to know why we were, like, cool in the Total Slaughter show because me and him didn't have no problems like that. Like we were already cool. And second of all, even if we did, we wouldn't have brought that to the house because we were all in a different. Like people don't understand. Like it was such a professional thing that nobody would have wanted to fuck up that chance for them. So even if me and him
Mm-hmm.
had problems, nothing would have went down in the house. Not because it's in New York or whatever the fucking case is, but we were cool. You know what I'm saying? Like and even so when the battle got set up, like he started going back on the you're a pussy shit and fucking just saying crazy shit like fucking he's gonna fucking punch me during the battle and you better watch out before I drop your ass too. That shit will probably get us a gang of pay-per-view things. Then some dude like hit him up and was like, "I'll give you $1,000 if you knock him out." No, some dude said, "I will pay you to fucking knock Dizaster out during the battle in Cali." And then Math hit him like, "Yo, DM me, like, how much would you send me?" or some shit like that. Like,
Wow.
so he's playing all these mind games before the battle, then drawing like pictures of me with my tooth knocked out and a turban on my head. Just playing mind games with me. So while I was preparing for the battle, dog, I couldn't even memorize all my shit and write correctly because I kept every day like I'd fuck off half the day thinking like he was gonna fight me, and I'm sitting there wondering what's gonna happen, and so
Yeah.
like he was doing all this crazy shit, and then even setting up the battle, he was texting me crazy shit like I'll kill you in real life and put my kids to sleep to bed and not worry about it, and just constant crazy shit, man. So like when he just started the whole thing, and then and then I just started thinking that maybe he was gonna do it because Math, I still look at him as a real dude regardless. So and he's punched a lot of dudes. So like this is the dude that fires on people, like telling me that I'm a fire on you during the battle, like. So you have to understand, like I'm already thinking at some point Math is gonna punch me, like whether it was in the battle or after. Not during the battle, but while I'm setting it up, like while I'm preparing for the battle, I'm thinking like at some point he's probably gonna do something because he said he's gonna do it, and that's what he does to people. Like
Yeah.
it's Math. He's the dude that fucking knocks fools out. So I'm I'm on guard up until like 5 days before the battle, like probably like a week. Also, then he did, then all these Vlad, Vlad. Always he's a horrible like he's just a bad instigator, bro. He always does this with people. He takes like clips and instigates fights and shit. And they're sitting there laughing like, ha ha ha, you knocked out serious, ha. So what's gonna happen if Dizaster fucks with you? And he's like, oh, and they're laughing about it. And he's talking about knocking me out, and
Mm.
my homies won't do shit and laughing like, yo, dog, what's gonna happen? Cracking up, thinking it's fucking funny as fuck. So then again, I'm thinking, all right, it's about to be a fight for sure. He's gonna probably do something to make a point. Like maybe he has a big return. This is how he's gonna do it. This is his last time in Cali. He'll probably just say fuck King of the Dot, fire on me, and go back to New York. Or I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm still having problems preparing because I'm thinking it might become a fight. Then I talked to Swave like a couple of days before the battle, and then Swave's like, yo, I just got off the phone with Math, and, his head's completely wrapped. This is for sure. Like, and then me and Swave talked about it, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. And he put me at ease, bro. And that was
Mm.
it. Like, at that point, after Swave told me, I took the whole fighting aspect out of my head. And even when I saw Math at the venue, me and him talked before the venue, and, like, I started liking him again. I was like, oh, man, what were we even fucking around? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were smiling and laughing. Someone took a picture of us, too. Like, we were sitting there because we were talking about some other shit, but he was just really cool. Like, his energy was cool as fuck, and we were just sitting there. And, like,
Yeah.
I started realizing, like, why I was always, like, I always liked Math. Like, when me and him once hung out, like, when we became cool again, I was like, damn, he's a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So that started leaking back out when we talked. Like, I was just like, so then going into the battle, I was thinking, all right, cool, bro. And even in the battle, I was smiling, and you could tell, bro, we were happy and shit. And it was just at that one point in the battle, when at the end I started, so like I want people to know why I said that. I didn't say I want to punch you. First of all, I didn't set that up. I didn't write that. It wasn't part of my shit. I was actually blanking because he kept on doing funny shit. Like at the end of my round, like he was like moving with his eye. I don't know. He was just doing shit like he was distracting me. Somebody was distracting me. I remember I was distracted. So I was trying to remember my shit, and then I just said that. Like I was like, "You waste a life. I should just punch you." While I'm trying to remember like my final like closer thing, and I'm trying to remember because I still had one more scheme after I punched him, and I'm trying to remember it, and then he's just like, and I was like, "I should punch you in your face," and then while thinking of it, I started blanking. He's like, "Do it." So then I couldn't remember anything at all. As soon as he said, "Do it" the first time, then automatically my attention like looked at him. And then when I looked at him, he just looked me dead in my eye, and he was like, "Do it." And when he said it like the second time, he's like, "Oh yeah, you will." And I was like, "Yeah, don't dare me" or something. And then he said, "Do it." And then when he said it the second time, he's like, "Do it." And he looked me straight in the eye and almost like a whisper, like, "Dog."
Wow.
And I told Swave the same thing, and I think I told Psycho the same thing, like. It was like me and him were the only two in the room, bro. Like everything blacked out again, and it was back to like that first time when me and him were just had conflict, and it just all got thrown out the window. And he was just staring me in my eye and telling me to fire on him, and I didn't understand it. I thought he was saying like he looked me in my eye and he was like, "Do it." Like I felt like he was saying, "Do it, set it off. I'm with that. You won't do it. Do it." Like I want that. And I just looked at him, bro, and I just fucking swung. It just happened, dog. Like it was just. I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like, the best way I could explain it is it was just an instinctive reflex from all the shit that was built in. And, you know, fools could think all they want that he got set up. I think it's all just ego shit because he's from Brooklyn and I'm from LA and people want to start this gay-ass little war over it when nobody really gives a fuck to begin with. Nobody cares about me and Math like that. No, these fools ain't supporting, like, talking about we fucking up the culture. Like, these fools ain't there. Like, if anything, me and Math have put in way more work for the culture than anyone. And if that happened with us, then that happened. You know, if this was some lower tier dudes getting into a fight over nothing that are talentless, then yeah, they're fucking up the culture. But me and Matt, this is some serious shit. It's a real story. And, you know, to be honest with you, bro, the way everything panned out, everything makes so much sense. And it's like karma, dog. Like, I really look at it like that because he brought this shit into battle rap. Like, if it wasn't for Math Hoffa, there wouldn't be people firing on people, bro. I've done 100 battles and I've never fired on nobody, and I never will. Ever. Like, even if someone fucks with me in the next battle I do, or, you know, someone pushes me around, that's not going to make me want to punch them. I'm not a tough dude like that. I don't play that act. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've taken so much bullshit from this dude, and so much times he calls me pussy and fake, and you ain't about shit, and, you know, it just all caught up, and I just swung on him. He came at me on some man shit and looked me dead in my eye, and the battle was out the window at that point. And the best part about it is, it was the end of the battle. Like, the event was over, and it was just the last round. He already spit his round. It's not like he still had a round, and I ruined it for him. It was, like, almost like meant to be. Like, nothing got fucked up. Like, people are trying to bitch like the event got shut down. That's not, like, what he did at Summer Madness. The event didn't get shut down. I didn't sucker punch him. I looked him dead in the eye, and he asked me to, and I did it. It wasn't, like, some shit that I planned, and I just snuffed him from the side. And then fools are trying to say I jumped him, dog. My two best friends jumped into the battle because they see their homie in the middle of a fight. And it was active and key. And then AJ was scuffling with him. He kicked him once while he was on the ground or some shit. It was some pussy shit. Like, he didn't get hit like that. He barely got touched. Like, he scuffled for 4 seconds. There was too much people in the way. Fools weren't getting jumped. Like, they're trying to make it seem like he was getting socked up. Nobody landed anything crazy on him. Like, he wasn't scratched. He got up and rushed me, and I fucking dropped him. And that was the end of the fight. Like, there was nothing much that happened. Like, fools threw a couple punches, but, dog, he was with people. He wasn't alone. And, dog, I was with 30, 40 people there, man. Like, we had a dude that was 7'3", and they're from Hoover Crip. He was 7'3", bro. Like, he would have ate Math for dinner. If motherfuckers really wanted to do him like that, like Jag and them, like, he knows who Jag is. They had their whole squad there. All them dudes, there was 7 of them. They were all over 6'5", bro. Where were they then? Those are all my people. If I really was in some trouble, they would have jumped in.
Yeah.
You could tell people were just moving people. You watch the shit in slow-mo, you realize everybody was just breaking shit up. If we were jumping him, then why is it that UTK, who's one of the dude that is with my people, like, he's a Batmobile or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Why did he pick me up and sit my ass down? Why did he launch me like that to the floor and pull me off him if we were really jumping him? You You know what I'm saying? Why
Hmm.
my boy Triune wasn't pounding the shit out of him? He's a jujitsu fucking martial artist, bro. My boy Triune is a fucking. You know who Triune is?
Yeah,
He
he
was
used to
standing
bat on the
behind me
pit.
the whole time. He's the one that gave me the picture. Why wasn't Triune pounding him? None of them were doing shit. Active and Keith jumped in because those are my best friends, bro. What do you expect? Fools are trying to label it. He got jumped by Grape Street Crips and all this shit to make it bigger, dog. If he got jumped by gang members, he wouldn't have left. It wasn't like that. Fools did not set him up, and they can try that as much as they want. They're just mad because a dude from New York got fucked up, and that's why they're mad, because they want to make it some coast shit, and it's not. We love New York. They're all safe out here. Nobody will ever hurt anybody. We all, Clips and all them, we love them. Ice, all the motherfuckers. Like, ain't nobody would ever touch them. Like, and we were all, like, they were all trying to break this shit up, dog. People, like, Key at one point, he picked up a table or whatever, and you could tell, like, you could see it. He starts getting crazy because that fool's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He's a G, bro. That's how he is, bro. He starts getting crazy, picks up a table. You can see my other boy, AJ, in the shit, in the clip. Push Key away and move him away and stop him from doing it, which is another one of my boys who's also from Drake. So, like, again, why were they breaking it up and stopping it and trying to hold it back? You can see the whole thing happening. Half of us were holding each other back.
So let me.
I got the most punches in on Math. No matter what anybody wants to say, it was like a 90% fight between me and him, and 10% he got a couple of fucking kicks here and there and a fucking punch that didn't even hit him, bro. Like, it's a bunch of bullshit, dog.
So let me ask you this, man. We all know Daylight be trolling sometimes, but I know he has a battle coming up in New York. I mean,
Right.
do you think this is gonna affect like how people? Do you think some? I mean, like the main
I think
dude.
they're just worried that they're gonna try to get him back to get at me, but like at the end of the day, they shouldn't have to do all this. They should know that Day has nothing to do with this. But some people are stupid, and he's not worried. He's probably not worried about directly the battle people, but the people on the side that are on some NY Cali shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that, bro. Like, that Biggie Pac shit went away 15 years ago. Like, ain't nobody trying to revive that. We're not even like that. We're a different art form. We're talented MCs that battle, bro, and this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? I hate Math the most because he made me go against everything I love and believe in, bro. That fool changed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really messed things up for me because he changed my reality. Now I have to carry this shit on my back, and it's because of him. He put me in that position. Math punched Math. I'm gonna say that every time. I wasn't the dude that punched Math. He punched Math. He did that. His existence
Yeah,
caused that. Like, if he didn't exist, that would have never happened ever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I hope people don't start doing this type of shit, fighting in battles, because whoever does it from now on should get fucked up for real if they try to mess up the sport, because this not what this was about. This was some shit that he put himself in that position over years fucking with me, and I was just the wrong person. He
Yeah.
just made the wrong assumption about me, and that was it. And that's what usually happens to cats like that, because he's knocked out so many dudes, and he's invincible in his head, and he probably is in the street a crazy dude and does what he does, but that's what happens. You end up getting caught slipping, and he just did it with the wrong person. If me and him didn't have that built up, I would have never ever punched him. Ever. If me and Math had never like really had serious beef, like we just a couple of times we argued on Twitter and did a battle, and that would have never happened. And to be honest with you, when I told him I should punch you in your face, he should have just smiled. Just like anybody would have when someone's rapping. Like, if Math would have told it to me, I wouldn't just talk during his shit.
Yeah.
If he said I should punch you right now, I wouldn't have been like, do it, I dare you. I wouldn't have talked during his shit. I would just smiled and laughed at him like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. He had to bring that element back into it and just make it known that Diz won't do nothing. Yo, you're a bitch. You will not punch me. And that's why he got punched, because in his mind, he knew that I wouldn't swing on him. He knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, thought he knew, but, knew that he would. He knew I
Yeah.
wouldn't swing on him. He was convinced, like, this fool never do anything, and that's what got the whole thing to happen.
So
We would have never got pushed to that fucking scenario, bro. He made me go against everything I believe in. Now I sound like an idiot out there, and the worst part, he messed up my whole battle because my 3 rounds are based on not hitting someone. Are you kidding me? Like, you know how bad my shit's gonna look right now? Like, my verses are gonna sound like a fucking moron spitting them. Ain't nobody gonna take my shit serious. I lost impact in all my shit now. Half the shit me telling them that you're a coward for hitting people in battles, like, now I look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? He did that to me because I hate him for that. Whatever, man. It is what it is, bro.
yo, I think the argument I see being made is that when you came to New York, they looked out for you, and you're supposed to look out for cats when they go to other states and stuff like that. That's like the code, like kind of like just what do you have to say against that as far as what happened?
Right. I mean, how did I not look out for them? Because I punched Math. I didn't look out for other people. First of all, I definitely looked out for them because cats were really tripping the fuck out. Like, because these fools were talking about he was still out here saying pussies and all this shit, and fools were tripping. I'm like, leave it the fuck alone, bro. Like, real shit. Like, ain't nobody want him to get hurt. I'm happy he didn't get hurt. He's bragging about it, calling people pussies and shit. But I'm glad it ended like that. That's the best way it could have ended, with no one getting hurt and him just learning a valuable lesson. And I guarantee you, Math ain't gonna be doing that type of shit no more, because he knows, like, now nobody's gonna take that shit from him, because it just took for that one time for it to happen. And nobody in battle rap should ever be afraid that someone's gonna punch him during a battle. Nobody in battle rap should ever go through the feelings that I felt preparing for this and being in the battle, whatever. Like, nobody should feel that feeling that I felt when he just looked me dead in my eye and did that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, that shit, I hope it's gone forever now, and I guarantee you it will be, because right now people are making a big deal out of it, but dog, in the long run, this thing is actually gonna help shit. I promise. I regretted it the first half an hour I did it, and then after that, I didn't give a fuck.
So I think we'll basically wrap it up from there. But is there just anything you want to say to the fans or any of your supporters?
Oh, man, I'm sorry if I offended anybody for what I did, and I don't want to seem like I'm completely, like, non-remorseful about this. I am sorry, and I do apologize for doing this, and I know that it is a wrong thing to do, but ultimately, I don't have no regrets for it, because it happened the way it happened, and you know what I'm saying? People have to accept that that position that happened was, dog. It was unbelievable. It was unreal. I didn't even believe it was the whole way it happened. That's why it seemed set up to everybody, because it was like the last second of the battle. Lush was like, and there it is, and then I just punt. It just seems like it was the weirdest shit ever, bro. Because if that would have never if you think about it, if that would have never happened there, Math would have got away with socking out all these rappers, and he would have never in his life, maybe people would have started punching people if they saw that he came back and got paid and got treated like a king after he did that to Sirius. Maybe people now know, like, if you do some shit like that, that it's going to catch up to you one day. You know what I'm saying? And, like,
Yeah.
and if people are thinking that they're going to do that to me because I did it and it's going to continue, it's definitely not going to go there, because I'm not going to set up with a battle with somebody who's going to attempt anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
straight up, because this ain't about retaliation or making anything better. I know Matt still wants to fight and all that, and that's cool, but you know what I'm saying? This whole East Coast West shit is the most important shit to be diffused, because nobody needs to get hurt over some shit that Matt created himself. This would be all his fault if anyone gets hurt over it. The blood should all be on his hands, straight up, because
Yeah.
he put everyone in this position, and people in New York shouldn't be backing him up. They shouldn't be hard on him either. They should just understand that this is what happened, because this is the position he was in. You know what I'm saying? And, like,
Yeah.
again, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I'll be real with you, bro. I got love for Math, bro. It's just hey, bro, he put himself in that position, man. There's nothing else I could say, man. Real shit.
There's one more thing I almost forgot about. I see they're trying to set up like a boxing match or something. I
Right.
heard that
I
he was
told him I'd do it.
okay.
But I'll be real with you. Like, even though I'll most probably end up doing it, and I'm down with it, because another thing is, like, all these people are thinking that I jumped him and didn't give him a fair fight. But what is that going to prove, first of all? At the end of the day, it ain't going to prove shit. But, if it could end something on a positive note, you know what I'm saying, I'm all down for it. But, at the end of the day, it's like, why reward him with more? That was the whole point of this, that this was to teach him a lesson, like, not to now want to be even harder and then come back and, like, it's fucking stupid, bro. This was the whole point. Like, how would he have ever learned that this was the wrong thing to start to begin with people? And people think that he fired on people for legit reasons. No, I'm the one who did, because he literally dared me to. I was the only one who, if anyone that ever got punched, it was warranted for, because the guy that socked people dared me to do it after he's threatened to sock me before. Shit, maybe if I didn't do it, if I didn't do it right there, he would have went right back on the internet, called me a pussy for the rest of my life, and that's why his character is what created this. His
Yeah.
character, his persona is what created this. You know what I mean? So, he shouldn't be rewarded with any more limelight. But whatever, man. You know, if people really want to see it, of course I'll do it. I ain't fucking scared to fight that fool, bro.
I
You know what I'm saying?
my word. So yeah, I mean, so rap grid. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Dizaster for coming on. Man, you know you're a personal friend of mine. So before the shit really gets out to the media and everything, I'm glad we got a chance to talk and you can get the real story out to the fans.
Yep.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Holler at me, man. I'm gonna fucking just lay back, just relax, man. I need to just really get this shit off my mind, man, because it's just so much pressure that comes with this. I don't want this shit, bro. I didn't want this shit. Fools think that I really wanted this shit. Like, oh, you got what you got. You wanted, you know. Please, man, I don't want this fucking shit. Math created this fucking bullshit. The fuck do I get for being the guy that punched someone in a battle? Now people are not even going to be fucking talking to me about my battles when they walk up to me. All I'm going to hear about is math for the rest of my life. I'm the one who's pretty much cursed with this bullshit.